back. Good showing there. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see once they start playing some. Obviously, starting this weekend, they got a pretty tough matchup at Arizona.
Yep.
Once they start playing some Pac-12 games, we'll see where they're at, and
yep.
I think, in my opinion, I think the Pac-12 might beat each other up. But we'll see.
I still think UCLA is going to be a top contender for a playoff for the Pac-12. I think that's their only shot this year, unless Arizona really makes a run at it. But I think UCLA is that top shot for the Pac-12 this year.
Arizona lost Scooby Wright, linebacker. That was a stud last year. He was maybe even close to a Heisman finalist.
Yep.
I think they lost him for a good part of the season, if not the whole season. Kind of hurt them a little bit, but I think Arizona might surprise some people.
Oh, and we forgot to mention this, Notre Dame lost another player for the season. Did you hear about that?
During the game?
Yeah, because he decided to do a celebration after stopping a ball in the end zone. He made a nice play in the end zone. He jumped up to do a little buddy bump, and he tore his ACL. So congratulations, I believe, number 23. You're out for the season. I think that's like
sorry, Notre Dame
it's like their fifth or sixth guy they've lost this season, but this is probably the worst one only because he did doing something stupid with the celebration. So not the first time we've seen a celebration injury. It sucks to be him, but things happen, and hopefully he comes back from it. I feel bad for laughing, but I always find it funny when people celebrate and they get injured. So it did not look comfortable either. So
one other game that we didn't really talk about, and how we missed this, the Ole Miss Alabama game. We didn't talk much about that. That was the Saturday night ABC game. I know we talked a little bit about it, but Chad Kelly, quarterback for Ole Miss. People were saying last week, he's really going to start impressing some people, and Alabama's they're going to be a little surprised coming in, and he was fantastic in the game. They had a couple long TDs, running and passing. He had like 2 long passing TDs, and
yep. And there is nothing better than seeing Nick Saban and Lane Kiffin flustered and frustrated on the sidelines.
Getting in each other's faces.
Saban yelling at Kiffin. Kiffin looking like he's going to cry, maybe pee himself. Nothing makes me happier than seeing Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban go at it. Two of my least favorite individuals in college football. So that just makes me happy.
No, that is fantastic. And Alabama, they're still ranked 12th. They dropped 10 spots. Still, obviously, in a pretty good position to make a playoff if they can win out. But they have 2 quarterbacks that they're playing right now, and neither one of them are really doing all that great.
Yeah.
Henry, their running back, is pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
He had 100 and whatever yards and a couple touchdowns. They're gonna use him as much as they can. But yeah, hopefully one of their quarterbacks, or not hopefully, one of their quarterbacks will step up. I know that one of them is playing more than the other, but they're kind of short-handed on that quarterback spot. So we'll see how they do. But long SEC season there. But all right.
Cool. Well, that's all we had for this last week, but we still have to make our picks for this next week. So, who do we have for this next week? We have BYU at Michigan. So BYU plays Michigan at Michigan. They've had a good last couple games.
They certainly have. I know.
Who you got?
Going to the Big House might be tough. Michigan struggled the first week, but they bounced back pretty solid the next couple weeks. This game could go either way. I should go Big Ten, but we lost to BYU. I'm going to take BYU. I think they've showed it. I think they've showed enough through their first 3 games against 3 tough opponents.
And Mangan, the backup quarterback, he had a hell of a game again this last week. So against UCLA, another tough opponent. So BYU is Jimmy's pick. I'm going to go ahead and take Michigan in that game at the Big House. I think it's going to be a tough game to win at the Big House. That's the only reason why I'm picking Michigan. If it was at BYU, I would definitely take them. But being at Michigan, that's a tough road game for BYU. Nebraska was tough, and they came out on top. But I don't think they're going to be throwing a Hail Mary again against Michigan, another Big Ten program.
Okay.
So, Missouri, number 25, at Kentucky. We talked a little bit about this early in the show. I'm taking Kentucky. Missouri, their last 2 games have been garbage. To win a game 9-6 is ridiculous for any team. To have a safety and whatever else happened in the game, it was just something ridiculous in that game. So I'm going to have to go with Kentucky beating Missouri in their own house at Kentucky.
Kentucky beat South Carolina, I believe, this week.
Mm-hmm. They look good. They look good doing it.
Well, you know, they haven't beat South Carolina, or they've only beat them so many times in a lot of games or whatever.
Yeah.
But it'll probably be one of those Missouri bounces back type of games. But I got to go Kentucky after seeing the first few games of the season, so I'll go with you on that one on Kentucky.
All right, cool. Number 9, UCLA at number 16, Arizona. Another tough game. There's another Pac-12.
7 o'clock ABC primetime game. Who do you got?
Who you got?
I'm gonna go against you on this one. I think Arizona at home. I don't know if you remember last year. It was a Thursday night, but night game at Arizona. They knocked off Oregon.
Did you see our Facebook profile page on the Two Average Guys website? What did it show? 2 Arizona fans extremely sad.
That was probably when they lost to Oregon later on in the season, I think in the Pac-12 championship
So
game.
I'm going with UCLA, number 9.
I am going to take Arizona, though, and that'll be a fun one. I can't wait to talk about that one next
We're going to
week.
start betting on these games eventually.
We should.
All right, number 18, Utah, at number 13, Oregon. Oregon, number 13 this year, and I believe they are starting a new quarterback. Is that right? They got a young
They had a
quarterback.
different quarterback play this last week.
That's right, they changed the quarterback this last week.
Because he's got broken finger.
So you got
The
Utah
transfer they got.
at Oregon. 18 versus 13. What do you think?
I've been looking at this one back and forth for a while. Utah's looked decent, I guess. I'm going to go with Scott Frost and some of that experience at Oregon. They can put up a lot of points.
Go Ducks.
I'm going to take Oregon on that one.
All right, we got 2 going for Oregon on that game.
Okay.
18 at 13. USC, number 19 at Arizona State with the Sun Devils. They're coming at you, USC. Go Arizona State. I think USC, they got a lot to learn. Good quarterback still, but after that loss, Stanford's a good team as well, but Arizona State's not too shabby themselves. I think Arizona State comes out on top at home against USC this weekend.
I think Arizona State struggled a little bit first few games of the season. I see USC bouncing back. I'm going against you.
Okay.
I took USC against you last week and I lost, but I think they're going to get it done this week. I just think Arizona State's struggled a little bit too much to start the season, and I don't think that they've got quite the team they had last year.
Okay. So then we got to always pick Nebraska game. So last week, obviously, we both picked Nebraska, played Miami, and heck of a comeback by our team, but just wasn't quite good enough. So Southern Miss at Nebraska. We're playing at home again. And we got Southern Miss. I think this is going to be a comeback game. I think we're going to come out big. I think we're favored by like 22 in this game. I got to go with Nebraska, and I think we're going to win big. I'd say at least 27 points in this game. I think our defense is going to step up. We're going to show those black shirts. We're going to come out big in that game against Southern Miss.
I believe Southern Miss's quarterback has thrown for quite a few yards already this year, 900 some in 3 games or whatever,
Yep.
which doesn't sound great for Nebraska secondary that's gotten torn apart by every team we've played so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're probably going to be throwing the ball a lot. I mean, every team that plays Nebraska this year is probably going to be a throw first type of team. But Nebraska at home, guys are probably a little upset. You know, starting 1 and 2, having 2 really close games, losing on a Hail Mary and in overtime. So I think we bounce back. And you said 27.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go 30.
Okay. Either way, we'll win, right?
Yeah. Either way,
Either way, Nebraska wins. It's a good game.
gotta pick Nebraska.
Good solid home win to end the season.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's all we got for our picks. Not really too many other great games this next week. So, a lot of FCS matchups or lower D1 opponents playing some of the bigger ranked teams. So, I'm gonna have to say that's all we got today. Unless you want to add anything.
I don't think so. Have a good, fun weekend of watching college football, and if you're a pro fan or a fantasy fan, good luck.
Yep.
And go Big Red.
Awesome. All right, so to end it, if you want to go ahead and follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, Two Average Guys. Let us know your thoughts. As I mentioned, if you want to be a guest spot on the show, give us your best college football rant on whatever it is, whether it's you hate Nebraska and you want to talk crap about Nebraska, or whether it's you want to talk crap about Ohio State or Alabama. Give us your best rant. If you're local and you want to be a guest spot on the show, obviously friends and family are more than welcome. There's a couple of you I know I'm going to reach out to and we'll get you on the show. So as soon as you're ready to come join us on our guest spot, we're thinking maybe week 4, week 5. So week 4 is this week. We're doing the show on Sunday. just holler out to us. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook. We got an email. Everything's on our Facebook page at 2 Average Guys, and we'll be sure to respond to you. And that's all we got for today. Thanks for watching 2 Average Guys. If you don't like what we got to say, that's all right, because we're just 2 average guys with opinions.
See you next week.
See you next week, guys.